Introduction to the OMEGAMON XE for Db2 Performance Expert on zOS meets Db2 Artificial Intelligence for zOS, short Db2 CAI. My name is Norbert Jenninger. This video is split in two sessions, a more general with context information and a second one with a live demo. OMEGAMON XE for Db2 PE, short OMPE, is a full range of system and application monitor with the ability to go down to SQL level and each single Db2 event details. It's integrated with other OMEGAMON monitors like OMEGAMON VICS, but also with other Db2 performance tools like Db2 Query Monitor, Db2 SQL Performance Analyzer, Query Workload Tuner, and Data Studio. Now, with the retirement of long-year DBAs with loss of experience, there's often the request for more expertise and help. How to best observe and manage my Db2 subsystem and my Db2 applications, including SQL statements. Db2 itself provides a tremendous amount of performance metrics. In my contacts with customers, I also hear there's no time and knowledge which matrix and potential exception thresholds should be used. For example, what are the upper and lower bound performance values matrix for the specific workload, respectively how to get all alerts before something is going wrong. OMPE has very comprehensive reporting showing almost all the performance metrics reported by Db2 via the instrumentation facility interface in real time, but also as Db2 trace records, SMF, GDF or P buffers in any reports. Customers may have SLA service level agreements in place, like 95% of transactions have to respond within 1 second. But those might not be enough to understand the system and when and what it's going wrong. Because of the complexity and the interrelationship between Db2 subcomponents and several performance metrics, it's often difficult to get down to the root cause of problem, needs very deep dive expert knowledge. Today, I want to introduce you in the way how you can take advantage of OMEGAMON XE for Db2 PE launching Db2 CAI. Let's talk shortly about Db2 AI for zOS. By the way, at the end of my session you will find references to YouTube videos. Db2 AI for zOS version 1.2.0.2 is working on top of Db2 12. It helps you with its system assessment capability, but also with its SQL optimization capability. It simplifies the root cause analysis process, but it's also reduced the need of having specific deep dive expert knowledge. With its AI and machine learning techniques, it speeds up your root causes analysis, and it comes with its own web UI. Let's concentrate here now on the Db2 CAI system assessment. It needs first to collect Db2 statistics before it can run the assessment itself. There are three options to collect and run it. You can schedule Db2 CAI to run permanently, periodically, or on demand. In context with OMPE, we'll use the on-demand scenario. It will schedule Db2 CAI system assessment only in situations when something seems to really go wrong. That means if exceptional situations, warning or problems were detected by OMPE. As you can see from the lower left part of the slide, there are many areas where exceptional situations can occur. OMPE can help you with its exception detection processing in Db2 subsystems or with applications. So let's have a short look at the way of how exception detection works within OMPE. This slide shows on the left-hand side Db2 with its IFI interfaces. OMPE allows to get alerted immediately if exceptional events happened. For example, timeout, deadlock, authorization failure, or even higher number of dataset extents added. Those events happened asynchronously. The user can receive immediate alerts or review it later in the log file. The second way is to activate the periodic sampling of synchronous snapshot data, which are checked against the user-defined thresholds. Again, alerts can be received immediately or reviewed from the threshold exception log with its details. So far, so good, but there are often the question how to define reasonable threshold value for early warning detection of critical problems. With knowing about the exceptional situations and events, Db2 PE Performance Expert Client allows you now to launch Db2 CAI to run system assessment on the specific Db2 subsystem. So far so good, but there are often the questions how to define thresholds, reasonable threshold values, for example for early warning or for detection of critical problems. OMP can help here too. OMP also has a program which allows you to find the first setup of thresholds before you are going to improve those threshold values using recommendations from the Db2 CAI. It's called exception profiling, takes SMF trace data as input and comes out with the recommended threshold values for user-defined specific performance matrix. Finally, and before we conclude this first part of the OMPE meets Db2 CAI session, I just want to mention the prerequisites on the installation side. Db2 AI for zOS needs a version 1.2.0.2, which was coming with a RESTful API, which allows scheduling system assessment just on demand outside from Db2 CAI. It requires also Db2 12 install. On the OMPE side, the Performance Expert client needs to be upgraded to the level 8603, plus some host changes to OMPE data collector, which are provided via the APAR PH12500. Thank you for listening part 1 of OMEGAMON meets Db2 CAI. And now it's time to proceed to the second part of this session. It's a live demo showing the PE client, how you get alerted through the exception, and how you can launch Db2 CAI, as well as with a short demo of what you can see within Db2 CAI.